Hello guys, it's Ratchet, man. Hopefully everybody's having a great day, man. So shout out to everybody out there. So today we're gonna be checking out some of the upcoming games, man. Open world games. Shout out to Game Ranks for creating this video. The link will be in the description. Leave a like, leave a comment, check out the original video, go like, go subscribe to the channel, man. Great channel for video games in general. So today we're gonna be checking out the top 20 new open world games of 2021, man. So hopefully you guys enjoy this video. If you do enjoy this video, subscribe to the channel, leave a like, leave a comment, and with that here, let me know which one is your favorite, what game you're looking forward to the most, man. And let me see some of these games. Probably haven't seen some of these games, probably don't even know these games are open world, man. But with that, here we go
and talk about Fable. This is the next
generation.
Let's
go, man. 2021, baby.
Classic
Let's go.
Xbox RPG series set in a very fantasy type world that is confirmed, but we don't know much more about it. We don't even know if this will exactly make it in 2021. We don't know if it's completely. Yeah,
if Halo didn't make it in 2020, this will make it in 2021.
Games is working on it. They've been behind some of the Forza Horizon games, so they know how to make an exciting, engaging open world. But that was with race.
Yeah, exactly. This is RPG.
Swords and magic. It's one of our favorite Xbox series here. Not gonna lie, though, we will admit that it's higher up on this list because we don't know for sure if it's gonna make it in 2021. But yeah, next over at number 19 we have Atomic Heart, which, if you can see here, it looks absolutely incredible.
I didn't even know this was open world.
With new ray tracing graphics, and it's this weird concept.
PS4,
for
PS3,
like
Xbox,
Bioshock, System
okay,
Shock
come to all the system except the
RPG
Switch.
And just weird creative world. This one taking place in some sort of weird futurist Soviet Russia thing. But interestingly enough, this game is going to be built open world, which is very different from something like a Bioshock or a System Shock. So we're very curious to see how this is going to work out. This game, overall though, open world or not, looks super cool. It looks violent, it looks weird, mysterious, even a little scary. Cool sci-fi stuff.
So wait, isn't it the same people that created Bioshock created this?
And we're hoping 2021 is the year where it comes out and blows everyone away. Now over at number 18, speaking of things hopefully 2021, Biomutant. We've been talking about this.
Yeah, this game's supposed to come out for years, bro.
Open world game last year, but this thing has been delayed and delayed and delayed, and that's a shame because it looks really cool.
Too ambitious, probably the problem.
Big open world action RPG where you make your own little critter and you go out on an adventure. The action and combat style looks really intriguing and engaging, and just the world they're building here just seems a bit different than your average open world video game, so that's why we've been most intrigued, and we hope we see this sooner rather than later. Next over at number 17, let's talk Stalker II. For you PC gamers out there, you probably know that Stalker was an incredible franchise and really just changed the way we thought about some PC FPS RPG games. This thing was tense, it required thinking, it was a little scary, and it was just really cool and engaging, and we're happy to see the series make a triumphant return. We've gotten little glimpses here and there.
Damn, look at that.
Showcases, some screenshots, some concept art, but we don't know too much about it, but we can presume
this definitely won't come in 2022, 2021.
Once again, wandering the post-apocalyptic landscape. We can't wait to see how that goes. We've seen a lot of irradiated wastelands in video games, but Stalker is always different, and we're hoping that in 2021 it can come out and stand out once again. Next over at number 16, we have Skull and Bones. Yes, that other Ubisoft pirate game. This is another one that's gone dark. It's been quiet for quite some time now. Maybe
I think this is gonna be good because they had that experience with
where they're going with
Black Flag. Let's call it Black Flag, right? Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
With multiplayer elements. And of course, when it's a pirate game and you're sailing the open seas, that open seas can really be an open world, and we're hoping this is cool. Ubisoft has done pirates pretty well before. Assassin's Creed Black Flag was awesome if you were a fan of pirates. And if you take that and you combine it with something like some elements of Sea of Thieves, which sounded like what they were going for, Skull and Bones could be pretty awesome. Considering this has been worked on for a while, we're really hoping this open world game shows up in 2021, man. Next over at number 15, we have No More Heroes 3, which looks to be the big one. It looks to be
this gonna be epic. I'm buying this day one.
No More Heroes yet. Absolutely.
I play at home both for the ones for the Wii.
It's all over the place here. It was delayed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. We know that it is pretty likely coming at some point in 2021. Travis Touchdown makes a return to Santa Destroy. This time there are aliens. What more could you really want? As of right now, this is a Nintendo Switch exclusive, which makes me wonder how big of an open world they can really pack in this thing, but we've seen plenty of open worlds on Switch before, so I don't really have any doubts. As long as it's creative as hell and weird as the other games, that's all we want. Next over at number 14, we have Everwild. This is that new Rare joint. Rare.
So this is open world?
Most recently behind Sea.
It's a lot of Xbox exclusive on this list, man.
Specifically for Xbox and PC.
It's a lot of Xbox PC games.
Unique and unforgettable experiences await in a natural and magical
the game is
world.
beautiful.
We've gotten,
man.
of course, a trailer that has some glimpses of some sort of gameplay, graphically, art design. It looks.
Not gonna lie, it's the first time I'm seeing this video of it.
And we're just really looking.
I always earbud, but I never really seen the video
we don't know
trailer.
too much about gameplay.
It's pretty cool.
Yet.
Oh, okay, I did see the trailer.
The tone. Rare has done a good job with that in the past, so fingers crossed this one makes it in 2021, and we're jumping into this.
All right, Microsoft looking good right now.
Next over at number 13, we have one you may not have heard of. It's called Hazel Scott.
Okay.
This has been billed by the developers as a heartfelt adventure about a young engineer.
PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC.
Okay. You're gonna fix ramshackle flying machines and jump, climb, swing, and slide through a beautiful, mysterious world. I'm reading their description because honestly, that's the best way to describe it. Look at this game. I mean, from what you can see, it seems cool. It seems a little creative, and it seems a little different than what we've been playing recently. An open world adventure game that's way less about killing stuff and more about engineering and building stuff and using your brain is really cool.
That's really
we don't
cool.
see enough of these, so we're really looking forward to it. This is being developed by Coffee Addict Studio, and we don't have a release date, but it is slated for 2020.
That's pretty cool, man. I never heard of that game
12,
before.
We have Gotham Knights. This is the new action RPG Batman game that, as you remember, does not technically take place in the Arkham universe. This is a new situation where Batman and Commissioner Gordon are dead, and it's up to the Bat family to take to
this is
the crime and
one of my most anticipated games too.
Which is really cool if you love
it's
Batman.
Gonna be dope.
So there's a lot of potential for a Bat family game. These characters, as much as they are embraced by comic book fans, I'd say mainstream culture doesn't really get exposed to them enough, and this could just be a lot of fun with cool characters and cool combat. We've also seen traversal around a pretty surprisingly big looking Gotham City with vehicles, teleportation. We wonder how much emphasis there really is going to be on exploration, but as of right now, the potential seems pretty high. If you love Batman and if you love kicking butt and maybe some RPG elements dashed in here and there, we're just rooting for Gotham Knights to knock it out of the park. Next over at number 11, we have Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. I'm going to be honest, this one is a bit of a guess. We don't know for sure if it's open world or not yet. But what we've seen, those glimpses, those gameplay demos, while that was a linear experience, some of the worlds that Ratchet was thrust into during that demo, they looked massive, and considering this game has been worked on for a while, and considering they have the SSD and all the technology behind PlayStation,
I don't think it's an open world, but you probably have level you can.
Bigger Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, I don't think it's open world.
Just bigger worlds. We've seen some pretty big worlds in Ratchet and Clank before. We want to see that here, as long as it doesn't really lose focus on what it's trying to do. Depending on how open these worlds are or not, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart just looks damn awesome.
It is.
I can't wait to play it. Next up, number 10, we have Monster Hunter Rise. This is a new Nintendo Switch Monster Hunter adventure that reminds me very much of the 3DS stuff, but with taking all of the stuff they've learned from Monster Hunter World. Monster Hunter World and Monster Hunter Rise were worked on kind of parallel to one another, so elements from both bounce back and forth, and the traversal and verticality here looks damn incredible. Chalking that up with, of course, all of the rest of the cool stuff that came from Monster Hunter World, including
this game gonna be huge,
less load screens, and just
huge,
good-ass action. There was a demo, and it seems like people really, really loved it and totally embraced it.
Huge.
And we're going to get our hands on the game March 26th, 2021. Next over at number 9, we have Avowed. This is the Obsidian RPG. This is Obsidian's Skyrim, if you want to get really redundant. I think it might be more than that, but essentially this is
this won't come out for a long time.
Xbox owns
this won't come out for a long time. I'm not an Xbox exclusive, bro. Xbox do have a lot of exclusives, man.
We saw castle sieges, we saw bow and arrows, and we saw magic. That's about it. They're building their own world here. Things can get really interesting.
This one's gonna be, it's gonna be a wait, bro. I think most of the Xbox games gonna be a wait.
And quests and all of that. We're big fans of Obsidian, so we're hoping this is a good one, and we're really hoping we see it in 2021, because a big old fantasy world to explore is something we've wanted for a minute now. Especially a new one from Obsidian. You know, space is cool, but let's try some fantasy stuff next. But over at number 8, we have Chia, if I'm pronouncing that right. This was announced at last year's Game Awards, and it made a splash just because of how cool and creative
PC and Stadia.
it looked, and it's like a tropical themed open world adventure. This is a physics-based game with some light puzzles, but there's also interaction with animals and objects that are going to help you on your quest as you climb up stuff, glide around, you swim, you enjoy these beautiful vistas.
That's pretty
and I'm
cool.
not going to lie, it seems like there's a really good mix of Zelda Wind Waker and Breath of the Wild kind of thrown together with a good artsy creative indie spin, especially the fact that your character can play a ukulele. That's just cool. I don't know. Anyway, I
that
digress.
is cool.
Next at number 7 is Starfield. Yes, we're going to throw this on the list.
That won't come up for a long time. Most of these games, not 2020, 2021.
Maybe it's not. Starfield, for those of you that don't know, is the next Bethesda game, you know, the creators of Skyrim. Now, they have come under scrutiny in recent years by some fans with some moves they've made, but I'll put that aside and just say, hey, Starfield seems like a game that they really want to make. A cool, creative, new sci-fi RPG thing where I'm assuming it's going to be open world because it's space, and most of the time open space we consider open world. And it's new IP from Bethesda, who's kind of just been working on Elder Scrolls and Fallout franchises for a minute now, so it's nice to see something new from them. How big is it going to be? We don't know. When is it actually going to release? We don't know for sure, but we know this is coming well before the next
patches,
so hopefully we see it this year. Next, over at number 6, of course, we have Elden Ring, the next From Software game, the long-awaited From Software game. The game that they announced, and then that was it. They left us all hanging, and every single time there's a game event or new bits of game news, we think it's going to be an Elden Ring announcement, but no, nothing. The story and world building, of course, has been worked on in collaboration with George R.R. Martin of Game of Thrones fame, and the early talks said that this is From Software's most ambitious game to date, and it's apparently the biggest and possibly open world. We're really excited to see where this fantasy, epic, adventure type...
Yo, From Software is a freaking giant, bro.
We don't know anything, but we're really hoping 2021 is the year, baby. But over at number 5, we have State of Decay 3, which was announced at the tail end of 2020 with a really
another Xbox exclusive, man.
Trailer that doesn't tell me too much about the game, other than that it seems to be set in the winter, and deers and animals can be zombies now, which is potentially really cool. Now, State of Decay 2 has come a long way. Undead Labs has updated the game more and more and made it pretty damn good. Fans have seemingly been pretty happy with it, so a third game could really blow the roof off of everything. Since this is like an Xbox thing, it's probably going to take advantage of the Xbox Series X and PC.
Yes, sir.
And we're excited to just see how they can come up with a new spin on a formula that's already really good. Like, their gameplay is cool. It's interesting. Their spin on the zombie genre has been noted, but how can they shake it up? We're hoping State of Decay 3 does something. And this year.
Yo, that deer scared the crap out of me all the time.
Another open world zombie game, one that has been delayed indefinitely, but we still think we're going to see it in 2021, maybe towards the end, but still, this game was shaping up to be absolutely incredible with a big, massive world set seemingly many years after the original Dying Light, where things are even worse. Little micro communities are popping up. There's some oppression, there's some weird organizations, there's some unsavory characters that you need to deal with, on top of just, you know, the whole zombie infestation thing. Also, with the fact that in this game, the quests you take on, the decisions you make in the story, are all going to actually affect the world around you, not just visually, but some gameplay ramifications too. We're really excited to see how that can go down, especially considering Dying Light, the original's gameplay, the core gameplay mechanics, the combat, the running, was awesome, and now, if they're doubling down with story and world building, we're all in. Now down to number 3, we have Breath of the Wild 2, another one that's been quiet for a little while at the time of making.
Hopefully this come out this year.
It was announced, and then that's it. We gotta see it in 2021, right? Considering Breath of the Wild was very much open world, we're gonna assume that Breath of the Wild 2 also is. There was a rumor early on of like some co-op multiplayer type of stuff between Link and Zelda. Who knows if that's actually gonna be a thing.
That'd be cool.
What I'm just excited for is like the actual world and concepts they've built, the story and everything going on between Breath of the Wild and the Hyrule Warriors games is pretty sweet. So where are they gonna take it in Breath of the Wild 2? I don't know, man, but
different level, man.
Next, over at number 2, we have Far Cry 6, which has been delayed, but we know it is coming in 2021. And Far Cry,
I know, guarantee this one is coming.
Open world as hell, and we assume that 6 is going to be no different. This time around, Giancarlo Esposito is the main villain. You may know him as Gustavo Fring from Breaking Bad or Moff Gideon from The Mandalorian, and he's a perfect fit.
That dude
cool.
work,
man.
Man.
But what I'm more interested in is the gameplay itself. The game takes place on a fictional island called Yara, and there's a whole dictatorship. That's, of course, where Giancarlo Esposito's character comes in, and you apparently play as a guerrilla fighter who is attempting to bring it all down. And this new game game world, which is inspired by Cuba, is said to be the largest Far Cry game world to date.
Damn.
It's pretty interesting, especially considering that they've said that a large part of the map is actually going to be a city. So Far Cry gameplay in a city is interestingly enough, and if you add in the stuff which are coming that you can hire, and more makeshift style weapons and crafting, with that revolution theme, this could all be really, really cool. We were originally going to see this February 2021, but of course because of COVID it has been delayed, but maybe it'll still squeak in this year. But down at number 1, we have Horizon Forbidden West. This is the next big PlayStation 5 game. It's also going to be on PS4, but it is the next step in Aloy's adventure, presumably with a much bigger world.
This game going to sell a lot too.
Reveal trailer. The location looked absolutely
stunning, be gorgeous,
massive and sprawling, really cool. This is unfortunately another one that we don't have much to go on, but we can expect to see new creatures, new cultures, new gadgets to take down these beasts, and hopefully, probably, presumably, some really pretty graphics too. We're really excited for this one, and I gotta say, even though we don't have a ton of information about it now, I expect us to talk about it a lot more in the near future. So there you have it. Those are
the games, man. Hopefully you guys enjoy that video, man. 15 great games, man. 20 great open world games. They probably missed a few off the list. And yeah, man, it's just gonna be, gaming is awesome, man. Some of these a lot of these games might not come for the for this year, but they might come next year, man. So hope you guys enjoy that video, man. Shout out to everybody out there. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Leave a like, leave a comment, and I'm out of here.